How are you today? We are going to explain in this video how to know if it is the automatic or another problem that exists in the starter when it kicks and the starter does not work. Sometimes the automatic kicks and is broken. That is why I do not know how to work it. But at other times when the automatic kicks and does not work, it could be because it is missing carbon or because something was unsoldered inside the starter end. Many of them happened to them that they went to buy the automatic. They installed it and the problem remained the same. Here we are going to test this automatic and we are going to teach you how to be sure if it is the automatic. We have already connected it to the battery as a starter has to be connected. We made the ground directly to the battery here in the vise and we are going to test it with this key. We are going to touch the line 50 input to make us notice that the starter does not want to work there. It kicks perfectly, but it does not work. How are we going to know if it is the starter? If it is that the starter is having problems or it is really the automatic. We are going to remove line 30, which is this cable. That comes directly and we are going to test it directly in the starter. We see that the starter, if it works perfectly, that means the problem is in the automatic transmission. Now, what we want to teach you here in this video is how to repair, for example, this automatic transmission when it has this problem. It can usually be repaired because, as we can see here, we have a couple of welds. We remove those two welds. If we remove the screws that hold the cover here, we can disassemble it. The back of the automatic transmission we are going to disassemble now and we are going to show you what it is like and how it works and how it can be repaired when the automatic transmission has this problem and when the automatic transmission can be disassembled because sometimes it comes sealed and it can't be disassembled. We are going to disassemble it and we are going to show it to you. All right guys, we have already removed the solder that held these two little wires. As we had shown you here on the cover, we can see how the little holes from the soldering irons looked, and on these sides are where the little screws that we removed went. We have disassembled the cover that was here in the back and we have taken it off, and what we can see here is this little copper plate that you can see from here. It is the one that works when the automatic transmission kicks on. It lifts up and works together with some contacts that are here on the cover. If we look at these two contacts, one is from line 30 and the other is the output of the starter fuse, which is the one that goes to the automatic transmission, to the starter fields. And the job that this does is when this little plate works, we are going to place it here. When the automatic transmission kicks on automotive, the little plate makes contact as seen here between the two screws and the current passes through this copper towards the starter. What we can notice here is how it is worn apart from all the dirt that it has. We see that it has worn, and that is what allows us to make good contact here in the screws. That is why the problem is that the automatic is not working. Now what we are going to do is turn this little plate over. We are going to turn it over because this side is nice. We are going to remove this spring from the safety and we are going to turn the little plate over. We are going to clean it well and we are going to put it back together, because with that we are sure that it is going to make contact here between the two screws. And we are going to make the automatic work again. Now we are going to clean it, we are going to turn it over, and we are going to show it, and we are going to put the starter together. Guys, as we can see now, we have already cleaned the copper contacts that they have here at the exit of the tail of the automatic, and this is the little copper plate that we have turned over, that we see here the wear on this side, the wear that it had we turned over, and we put the flat part because this is what works here, so it makes contact this way when it kicks. Now we are going to assemble it in the automatic. We are going to place all this here in the automatic. We are going to put the little cover that it has here, and we are going to assemble the starter, and we are going to test it to see what it does. We are going to solder the little wires. That these are the centers of the coils, and we are going to test it. Now we assemble it and we test the starter, guys. There, as we see, we have already assembled the automatic. Here we see that it sticks out. the little wires, and here is the other little wire that is here, that is from the coil of the automatic that we are going to solder. Now we are going to put tin on it. Here are the two little screws that hold on the cover of the automatic. So now we are going to solder it, and we are going to assemble it, and we are going to test it at startup. We are going to place the fuse cable that goes to the fields, and we are going to test it. to see if it works. If it was working well, the repair of the automatic. Well guys, we already put the solders, as you can see there. We already connected the battery, and now we are going to test it versus let's see what it says. Of course we have cleaned the connector and we have checked the carbons and all that. But we do not explain it in this video because we already explained it in another video. In any case, if you subscribe to the channel, you can enter the videos where I explain how to clean the collectors and how to check the carbons and all those things. So now we limit ourselves in this video only to how to repair the automatic. We are going to test it, and we will know if it works. Let's connect the battery then. Okay, now we've connected it properly to the battery and we're going to test it. It's working perfectly, and we're going to put it in the vehicle now. Actually, the client brought it in his hand. He's going to take it and he's going to put it in. But we know that it's working well and that the job went well, guys. Subscribe to, and we're going to continue teaching you all these secrets. All these ways to provide solutions without having to sometimes spend money on a new automatic. An automatic is quite expensive, and by repairing the tail this way we can solve it. At least, well, when the coil is already burned or when the automatic is already explained that it is sealed, it is impossible to do it. See you in another video guys. Bye bye bye.